Hello guys, it's Revolution. Time to tackle this bad boy. Stats equalized, the two Super Saiyajins, Goku and Vegeta, taking on the two Shinobi, Naruto and Sasuke, in an epic 2-on-2 battle. This will be Dragon Ball Super Goku and Vegeta taking on adult Sasuke and adult Naruto, as seen in Boruto, Naruto Next Generations. But I repeat, this is a stats equalized fight, so that means strength equalized, speed equalized, power equalized, durability equalized, and it doesn't matter what transformations they use. Basically we'll be using the most powerful version of each character. Of course, the power of that character is obviously equalized with everybody else involved in this fight. For example, we'll have Sage of the 6th Pass Naruto at the same power as Ultra Instinct Goku, as will adult Sasuke, equipped with the Sharingan, the Rinne-Sharingan, and of course the 6th Pass Chakra, and as will Vegeta with his most powerful transformation, Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. Whilst the power of these transformations in this stats equalized battle are irrelevant, they will retain all abilities that come with these transformations. So before we begin, a quick question as always. Away from power scaling, away from verse battles, out of these two pairs, who had the greatest rivalry? Goku and Vegeta or Naruto and Sasuke? This is a subjective topic, no one will be wrong. Let me know your thoughts and reasons why down in the comment section. I look forward to reading them. And if you're not subscribed or new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and the bell button next to it to be notified whenever I release new content. I am also on Instagram and Twitter. Links to both of them can be found in my pinned comment to this video. So Goku and Vegeta versus Naruto and Sasuke, stats equalized, let's go. So we'll begin with Goku and Vegeta. In terms of Goku, Goku is a martial arts genius. Even from early Dragon Ball, Goku's shown remarkable abilities in terms of martial arts capabilities. After being found by Grandpa Gohan, one of the supreme martial artists on planet Earth at that time, he was raised as a martial artist, and martial arts was pretty much all he knew. Obviously not all he knew, but it was literally his main focus in life. By the time he met Master Roshi, Master Roshi already deemed Goku and his then rival Krillin exceptional martial artists, and Master Roshi didn't just train anybody, he only trained the best of the best. Master Roshi would help Goku develop his physical prowess. Throughout Goku's adventures, he would go on to accumulate even more mentors and teachers along the way, including Korin, Mr. Popo, Kami, basically the god of Earth, teaching Goku how to utilize ki control. He would all teach Goku how to master and utilize ki effectively, to a high degree where he was able to control the proximity of his area of effect when unleashing his ki attacks, including his Kamehameha, and obviously they also taught him the Super Kamehameha, which at times has been shown to double Goku's power whilst using that attack throughout the series. They would also teach him how to sense his opponent's ki. Come Dragon Ball Z, he would eventually train with a Cardinal Kai in the other world. He would not only teach him the Kaioken, a technique which amps Goku's power depending on how extreme Goku uses the technique. In Dragon Ball Super we've seen him use it up to a degree of 20 times. He would also teach Goku the Genki Dama, otherwise known as the Spirit Bomb, which is Goku's ultimate technique. However, it must be noted that this technique relies on others lending energy towards the attack itself, and whilst this attack is extremely powerful, multiplying the borrowed energy at an exponential rate. Every time Goku has used this technique throughout the series, he's relied on an ally to distract his opponent because this attack takes a long time to gather energy. The last time Goku used this technique against Jiren in the Tournament of Power, Jiren agreed to let Goku gather the energy because he wanted to test his own power, but what King Kai also taught Goku was how to hide his power levels from his opponent. This is useful because he can surprise his opponents in terms of how much power he can put into an attack. As mentioned earlier, Goku is extremely adept at manipulating ki, learning many attacks after seeing them only once. For example, he learnt the Kamehameha after seeing Master Roshi display it one time. Throughout the series, he's expanded his arsenal of ki manipulating techniques, learning attacks such as the Kienzon, also known as the Destructo Disc, where Goku can create a razor-sharp disc of ki with incredible cutting power. This attack even sliced somebody with extreme durability like Bootanks in half. What's more, in the Tournament of Power, Goku would demonstrate an evolution to the Kienzon with the Kienzon Hexablade, wielding 5 Destructo Discs at once, even taking the mighty Jiren by surprise and almost eliminating him. Goku also demonstrated against Jiren that he can use ki mines, where he dropped a load of explosive ki. Goku can also use the Solar Flare, where he creates a flash of bright light that can blind his opponents. He can also use the impressive instant transmission, which is basically what it says on the tin. He can instantly transport to anybody else's key signature, even combining this with the powerful Kamehameha for the instant Kamehameha, which would have defeated Perfect Cell, an opponent far stronger than he was had Cell not had high regeneration hacks. And as mentioned earlier, Goku knows the Kaioken, which can amp his abilities up to 20-fold. However, whilst Goku can use this with the powerful Super Saiyan Blue, he has never used it in conjunction with the Ultra Instinct state. Goku is going to need Ultra Instinct in this battle. What is Ultra Instinct? Well, it's mastery of self-movement. It's removing the thought process behind each move, allowing the body to move on its own. This grants Goku extra speed and dodge hacks. However, as impressive as Ultra Instinct is, it is not impenetrable. In the Tournament of Power, Jiren landed 6 blows on complete Ultra Instinct Goku. If Goku's opponent has similar raw power as Goku in Ultra Instinct, as well as having the smarts to use Ultra Instinct against Goku, as Awakened Jiren did in the Tournament of Power, there are ways to land blows on Ultra Instinct Goku. Of course, in that battle, Goku would power up further and defeat Awakened Jiren, but of course, in this particular battle against Naruto and Sasuke, power has been equalized. So Goku is a genius martial artist with a wealth of key manipulating attacks that he can use at range. However, Goku does have some weaknesses. Goku is extremely chivalrous. He often lets his opponents get to full power just for the sake of a good fight, which has backfired on him multiple times. And the most infamous weakness of Goku is the fact that he lets his guard down and leaves openings for his opponents whenever he gets distracted. However, Ultra Instinct renders that weakness obsolete as his body unconsciously dodges for him. But the biggest weakness of all is Goku's stamina in Ultra Instinct. In the Tournament of Power, Goku only was in complete Ultra Instincts for around 30 to 45 seconds. Ultra Instinct's toll on Goku's mortal body is extreme. Goku therefore becomes a lot weaker. But as we've seen throughout the course of Dragon Ball, Goku never gives up. Even with broken limbs, he will continue to fight. And usually, Goku always finds a way to ascend his power, but of course, once again, this is a stats equalized fight. So on to Goku's partner in this battle, the Saiyan Prince Vegeta. Just like Goku, Vegeta is a genius martial artist and is capable of wielding key manipulating abilities. However, he doesn't possess some of Goku's more technically impressive abilities, such as Ultra Instinct or Instant Transmission. He does have the Gallic Gun, which is very similar to the Kamehameha. He also has the Big Bang Attack, where he concentrates a huge amount of energy into a small concentrated area of effect. This move is more powerful than his Gallic Gun, yet he has an even more powerful move than that called the Final Flash. It's important to note that when Dragon Ball characters concentrate a lot of ki, it tends to amplify the amount of power in that concentrated amount of ki. For example, Goku's Kamehameha has been noted to have more than doubled his power at times. When Super Vegeta first used the Final Flash against the more powerful Perfect Cell, he actually blew half of his body off. Once again, Cell survived because of his high regeneration hacks. The Big Bang Attack amplified Vegeta's power, and once again, the Final Flash is even more powerful than the Big Bang Attack. However, Vegeta does have one more move that's even more powerful, and it's his ultimate move. And that is the Final Explosion that he first used against Majin Buu in the Buu Saga, which almost defeated Majin Buu, except of course Majin Buu also has high regeneration abilities, managing to overpower Hakai energy with his own godly ki. On that occasion, using the Final Explosion killed Vegeta. However, that is no longer the case because Vegeta used this move against God of Destruction Toppo in the Tournament of Power. The Final Explosion engulfs a large area of effect and would take out pretty much any enemy that isn't far stronger than Vegeta that is in that area of effect. But whilst Vegeta is now capable of surviving using the Final Explosion, it does leave him extremely drained. He can, however, still continue to fight and can even muster Super Saiyan Blue Evolution for short periods of time. Unlike Goku's Ultra Instinct, Vegeta was demonstrated in the Tournament of Power as being able to tap into Blue Evolution at will. However, this transformation also has a heavy stamina strain on Vegeta's body, but he can last a lot longer than Ultra Instinct Goku. Vegeta's pride is so alpha that even mind control doesn't work on him. So to wrap Goku and Vegeta up, both Goku and Vegeta are genius level martial artists who have a wide array of ranged attacks through key manipulating abilities. What can be brought into the equation though is that Goku and and Vegeta wield some techniques that do amp their power, such as the Kamehameha, the Big Bang attack and the Final Flash. Vegeta wields the powerful Final Explosion, Goku has Ultra Instinct and Instant Transmission, and of course you could take into account the Saiyan physiology, the adaptation ability that comes with being a Saiyan, but once again this is a stats equalized fight, so that cannot be brought into the equation. Do they have good teamwork? The simple answer is no. Both Goku and Vegeta prefer to fight one-on-one with their opponents, and whilst fighting against Jiren 2-on-1 in the Tournament of Power, their teamwork was throwing Jiren off only because they were so unsynchronized. Neither has particularly good stamina, but with both of them being Saiyans, they lived to fight, they would enjoy this fight, and neither would give up to the bitter end. So that's Goku and Vegeta, but do Naruto and Sasuke have what it takes to put the Saiyans down? Let's deliberate over what skills and abilities Naruto and Sasuke bring to the table. We'll start off with the 7th Hokage, Naruto. Whilst initially struggling with Taijutsu, Naruto would eventually go on to become quite an adept user at Taijutsu. Taijutsu is the optimization of natural human abilities. It's pretty much hand-to-hand combat and the use of techniques involving the martial arts. Naruto is a skilled hand-to-hand combatant, however he isn't considered a genius within his verse. Very good, yes, but not a genius. In the original Naruto series, Naruto spent most of his time building the foundations for everything that would come later, improving his hand-to-hand combat and his chakra control. Initially struggling because he had within him sealed the nine-tailed beast Kurama. But throughout the course of Naruto Shippuden, he would eventually learn to master and control Kurama's power. But in the very first few episodes and pages of the manga of Naruto, Naruto stole the hidden seal, which eventually would lead him to being able to utilize over 1,000 shadow clones. Naruto mastered this hidden scroll in the space of a night. He learns quickly. Go on to hone his hand-to-hand combat, his chakra control, as well as the ability to control the Nine Tails power, as well as use his enormous array of shadow clones strategically to garner an advantage in battle. After learning from a plethora of teachers, mentors and senseis, whilst initially working alongside Sasuke in Team 7 under Kakashi and learning hand-to-hand combat and chakra control, as well as learning an abundance of ninja techniques and strategies, even showing that he has minor regen abilities. He would go on to train with one of the legendary Sannin, Jiraiya, and learn how to control his nine-tailed chakra. He would learn the Rasengan, a spinning ball of chakra formed and held in the palm of the user's hand. He even learned a summoning technique where he could summon a number of toads, giant toads at that. However, in Shippuden, Naruto would learn under the tutelage of Kakashi and Captain Yamato the Rasen Shuriken. This move is a combination of the Rasengan and Naruto's wind nature. However, Naruto would add additional shape transformation to the Rasen Shuriken, creating 4 large spikes. Just like Goku's Kienzon, the Destructo Disc, it cuts through nearly anything in its path. If it doesn't, then this actually detonates and causes a vortex of wind in the immediate area, and within this vortex are countless microscopic wind blades that even the Sharingan can't count. The wind blades damage anything within the vortex on a cellular level. However, as impressive as this technique is, what was more impressive was the process that Naruto went through to learn this technique. He learned how to use his shadow clones, multiple shadow clones, to enhance his learning. Every shadow clone that he uses collates their experiences, and Naruto, the main body of Naruto, absorbs that information. Even if you can get through Naruto's 2,000 plus clones, by the time you get to the main body of Naruto, he's literally learned nearly everything about you. His shadow clones serve as a scouting system on all of your abilities. Of course, the opponent may be holding something back, but how will they know to hold something back? And let's get this straight, whilst these chakra clones do drain chakra from Naruto, it doesn't necessarily fractionalize his power into the number of clones that he has produced at that given time. In fact, Naruto's shadow clones are close to Naruto's own power, as demonstrated against the likes of Rinnegan Madara and his Limbo clones, Kaguya, Toneri, and use shadow clones against all of these opponents. If they weren't at least somewhat relative to his own power, he would have got fodderized. When Pain attacked and was smacking Leaf Village, Naruto was off learning Senjutsu under the tutelage of one of the 2 great sage toads. Just like his previous master Jiraiya, Naruto learned how to manipulate nature energy. Fukuzaku taught Naruto how to draw the energy of nature inside of him and blending it with his own chakra. This added a completely new dimension of power for Naruto, allowing him to use his own shadow clones to draw in nature energy and replenish his stamina over and over again. Upon learning Sage Mode, Naruto was even able to sense his surroundings, gifting Naruto a form of clairvoyance, allowing him to feel people's energies and intentions with at least a continental range. Once again, against Madara's clones in Limbo, he was able to sense their intentions, even in a different plane of existence, in an alternate dimension. Already Naruto has some crazy hacks abilities, but it doesn't stop there, because he would eventually go to train with Killer Bee in order to fully bring out the Nine-Tailed Beast's power. This is where you start to see Naruto get that golden glow with his chakra cloak. He can then use a chakra cloak of Kurama, which gives him heightened regeneration abilities. On doing so, he can then use the Biju mode and use the Biju bomb, an extremely powerful attack. He can spawn extra limbs which allow him to create multiple Rasen Shurikens, multiple Rasengans, multiple giant Rasengans. As we saw in the last Naruto the movie, Naruto was even able to summon Kurama outside of his body to fight against a giant golem, whilst he fought against Toneri Otsutsuki. Do I need to mention that when Naruto uses Kurama's Biju cloak, he is enormous. But it doesn't stop there, because eventually he would meet the Sage of the Six Paths in preparation for his battle against Kaguya, and the Sage of the Six Paths bestows upon him the Sage of the Six Paths mode. This further enhanced Naruto's physical attributes and techniques. Upon being granted the Sage of the Six Paths mode and using the Six Paths Senjutsu, Naruto was capable of using the True Seeking Orbs, which basically obliterate anything in their path, as long as it's not anything far beyond its own power level. He can now seal people himself through his own power, and has even had his stamina further increased. Six Path Senjutsu allowed Naruto to fly and manifest 9 Truth Seeking Orbs. Like I said, the Truth Seeking Orbs literally obliterate anything in the path. It's pretty much a form of matter manipulation. And whilst we haven't seen adult Naruto wield these Truth Seeking Orbs, it's likely he can summon them should he need them. Naruto has a vast array of hacks abilities, but his most incredible ability is simply his stamina, and the data books concur. In the 4th Great Shinobi War, Naruto fought against the likes of the Ten Tails, Obito, Madara, Kaguya, and then even Sasuke, and more, and never mind the fact that he actually lent the entire allied shinobi force his chakra. His stamina levels are insane, so his ninjutsu's good, he has a plethora of hacks abilities, and his taijutsu is very good. That good that he can even fight against opponents that have multi-step precognition using ocular jutsus, and of course with that brings us to his partner in this battle, Sasuke Uchiha. Now according to the databook, Sasuke's ninjutsu is even better than Naruto's. He is equally as good at taijutsu, but has far superior genjutsu. Just like Naruto, Sasuke began his shinobi career in Team 7 under the tutelage of Kakashi. He underwent a lot of the same training that Naruto did, looking to improve his taijutsu and ninjutsu prowess, but he always seemed to be one step ahead of Naruto. He was naturally gifted, and being a part of the Uchiha clan, he would eventually unlock his Kekkei Genkai. He unlocked the Sharingan. Sasuke with the Sharingan can see his opponent's chakra, accurately reproduce any movement he sees, providing it's within his physical limitations, track fast-moving objects, and even minor precognition. After his older brother's death, he awakens the Mangekyo Sharingan, eventually acquiring the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. He can also now use the Amaterasu, igniting whatever he looks at with black flames that can literally burn anything. He does this with his left Mangekyo Sharingan, but with his right Mangekyo Sharingan, he can literally shape to his will to use a variety of forms for offensive and defensive purposes. Acquiring the Mangekyo Sharingan also would eventually allow him to use the Susanoo, a huge spectral body that protects him and acts on his behalf. Upon receiving another dojutsu, after receiving the Rinnegan, he eventually acquires the complete body Susanoo. But before we get onto the Rinnegan, let's just talk about a few other techniques that Sasuke learned growing up from his mentors. Being an Uchiha, his father Fugaku Uchiha taught him how to use the Great Fireball technique. It's exactly as it sounds, a great ball of fire that Sasuke can spit from his mouth. Tashi Hatake would eventually teach Sasuke the Chidori. The Chidori is a combination of chakra and lightning. It is highly concentrated around the user's hand. It is extremely powerful, but it does tire the user out. When Sasuke leaves Leaf Village and joins Orochimaru, Sasuke learns how to summon giant snakes. He also becomes highly skilled at wielding a sword, and just like with the Chidori, he often channels lightning chakra into the sword of Kusanagi to increase its cutting power. With that being said, that brings us on to the dojutsu he awakened upon receiving the Sage of the Six Paths chakra, the Rinnegan. So the Rinnegan is absolutely incredible. It allows the user to use all the Six Paths techniques, Crater Path is a sealing technique that is capable of absorbing any chakra. He can literally drain his opponents of their energy. The Ashura Path that grants the user the ability to augment their own body, summoning armor and weaponry. Human Path allows the Rinnegan user to rip the opponent's soul out of his body to gain intel. It ultimately kills the person he's ripped the soul out of course. Then there's the Animal Path, which grants the Rinnegan user the ability to summon various animals and creatures to aid it. The Naraka Path, which you may remember Pain using against Jiraiya and then against Leaf Village. One of the abilities of the Naraka Path can literally heal any injury on a destroyed body. The Diva Path is a gravity manipulating technique. It allows the user to use the Bansho Tenin and the Shinra Tensei, basically allowing them to push and pull matter to and from the Rinnegan user at his will, as well as the Chibaku Tensei, which Sasuke used to hold a Biju in captivity. And Sasuke can use multiple of these, but a Rinnegan user can also use this impressive ability, the Omeno Tejikara, which allows Sasuke to switch himself with any object within a certain proximity. You may remember him using this against Kaguya as well as Momoshiki to devastating effect, but adult Sasuke is also able to travel between dimensions, creating portals into alternate dimensions using this technique. Sasuke has a vast array of hacks abilities, is an adept taijutsu fighter, is a naturally gifted ninjutsu user, and through both his Rinnegan and Sharingan can use genjutsu. Can utilize the complete Susanoo, and can even use the Kirin where he summons lightning to strike his opponent. And even if things look dire, he could use the Izanagi or Izanami. Truth is, all of these techniques of Sasuke's I've mentioned, he has a plethora of variations he can use with these techniques. The same can be said of Naruto and all the techniques I mentioned that Naruto can use, but it's impossible to get them all in this video. But this is the team battle against Goku and Vegeta. How do Naruto and Sasuke fare in terms of teamwork? Well, they literally grew up together in Team 7, where Kakashi preached teamwork as pivotal. Whilst being rivals, they know how each other work, how each other fight, have synergetically fought together on multiple occasions, as early as fighting against Zabuza in the original Naruto, then fighting against Madara, Kaguya, and most recently against Momoshiki and Boruto Next Generations, where they were oozing. It was literally champagne teamwork. You can even shape the complete Susanoo around the Nine Tails Kurama to improve its offensive and defensive capabilities. Naruto and Sasuke are completely different characters, but throughout the course of their stories, their abilities that they have acquired through the years of hard training actually complement each other. But is it enough to take down Goku and Vegeta? So who wins out of these two great anime rivalries? This is a stats equalized battle, power equalized, speed equalized, durability equalized, and this is a no contest. Sasuke and Naruto wipe the floor with Goku and Vegeta. Whilst Dragon Ball's narrative is continuously driven by the characters finding new ways to exceed their limits in terms of power, with a few skills and techniques sprinkled on top. Naruto's about skills and techniques. Naruto's narrative is derived around learning new techniques and abilities to garner an advantage over your opponent's techniques and abilities. Main ingredient for Dragon Ball's story progression is power increases with skills and techniques sprinkled on top, whereas with Naruto's narrative through line it's vice versa. The main ingredient for story progression and finding ways to defeat your opponent is to find new skills and abilities that counteract your opponent's skills and abilities, and of course there is a bit of power sprinkled on as well. In a stats equalized fight, given that Goku and Vegeta have nowhere near as many hacks abilities as Naruto and Sasuke, it's nigh impossible to make a case for Goku and Vegeta winning this match. Goku's Ultra Instinct comes with speed and dodge hacks, which are extremely useful, but if it only lasts 30 to 40 seconds against somebody who can fight at his peak abilities for over a day, Goku would have to finish this fight extremely quickly. All Naruto really would have to do to stop Goku is find ways to delay him. Naruto loves coming up with new inventive, innovative ways to trick his opponent, and he also has over 2,000 shadow clones that can keep Goku at bay until Ultra Instinct takes its toll on Goku's body. Even without Ultra Instinct, Goku is a superior martial artist to both Sasuke and Naruto, and with Ultra Instinct he far exceeds them in terms of martial arts abilities. I guess you could call it taijutsu abilities as well, but he'd have to be fighting against 1,000 clones. And then you could consider the other 1,000 clones that he can summon fighting against Vegeta, who doesn't have Ultra Instinct. Whilst Goku would be popping clones until he burns out, Vegeta would do well for a while, but then he'd start getting smacked around, kinda like he does in the anime I guess. Goku wouldn't have enough time to charge up a Super Kamehameha, nor summon a Spirit Bomb. Vegeta wouldn't have enough time to charge up the Final Flash, because they would be getting swarmed by clones. Never mind the fact that Sasuke can produce 8 clones himself. There is one thing Goku and Vegeta could do, and that is Vegeta using the final explosion, which would take out every clone within his proximity. But don't forget, we haven't even spoken about Sasuke yet. Sasuke could pretty much take Vegeta into another dimension and allow him to use his final explosion there, having no effect on Sasuke and Naruto. After using the final explosion, Vegeta would have very little left in his tank, and of course, Goku would be close to burning out in Ultra Instinct as well. Naruto can still summon Kurama. Each clone that fights against Ultra Instinct Goku and Vegeta would literally be learning Goku and Vegeta's moves. Sasuke would literally be reading their moves with his Sharingan. He could use the Amaterasu to cause them even more problems. Whilst Goku and Vegeta are fighting Naruto's clones, Sasuke could be in a Susanoo firing arrows at them, striking them with lightning, using his Rinnegan to push and pull them. It would basically just be an onslaught. Goku and Vegeta would probably enjoy it though. Summon the 9 tails from his body, he will keep replenishing his energy, and Goku hasn't even landed a hit on his real body yet. Goku could use the instant Kamehameha. However, Naruto would likely sense his emotions and his intent as soon as he reappeared from instant transmission, and he would either dodge or destroy the Kamehameha with his truth-seeking orbs. Goku and Vegeta also have no defense against Genjutsu. This is simply an easy win for Naruto and Sasuke in a stats equalized battle. Of course, if it was the reverse, if power was involved in this fight, it would be over in an instant. Goku and Vegeta are far more powerful than the Naruto-verse. No matter what hacks ability or technique Naruto and Sasuke would use, they would literally get blitzed in an instant. Naruto and Sasuke's teamwork is also insatiable, whereas Goku and Vegeta would probably be just trying to outdo each other. Goku and Vegeta could use Metamaran Fusion to become Gogeta. Well, they wouldn't really get time to do that either. Naruto and Sasuke aren't chivalrous, they pounce as soon as the opportunity arrives. They are opportunists. Shinobi. Naruto and Sasuke win this battle comfortably. So that's all for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, even if you don't agree with the result. If you don't agree with the result, by all means let me know down in the comment section and your reasons why. If you're not subscribed to the channel and new to the channel, please do subscribe. This is predominantly a Dragon Ball channel, but I do cover Naruto, other anime, as well as comics from time to time. Subscribe, hit that like button, lend me your energy. Until next time, Ad Astra.